I'm full professor in art, architecture, and design. I was hired initially as an architectural design and theory professor, but since that time I've taught art classes and collaborated with the design faculty. While I was chair, we brought the design arts program in, so it went from art architecture to art architecture and design, which meant graphic design, product design. All these models are kind of ghosts of my students, and I look at them, I may not remember their name, but I remember their face and I remember their project, and I'm actually in the process of moving all this stuff out. When I work with students, usually, unless they want to take the model, I'll say I'll keep it, and I'll keep it as part of our archive, because most schools have an archive of students' models. But as it started to develop, it actually started to become this kind of collage of ideas. This project deals with a studio I did called Arms, Wings, and Mechanical Things. And the first thing the students had to do was to look at what they do with their arm and find a facsimile or a similar thing in a wing. So this student actually dealt with a bat. When I'm doing these projects, it's almost like I'm tricking them, because I'll give them a little project and then all of a sudden we'll talk about thoughts of what do you figure is real and unreal, and now in virtual reality it's even more so. Where do you fit into the realm of the world? How do you see architecture, art, or design as a window, And so once they get going and they release that tension of maybe revealing too much or trying to figure out what the heck he's talking about, and they submit, they produce some really good things. But it's been difficult lately because of social media. I think they want quick results rather than sustaining movement. So for me, when I'm looking around, things bring a smile to my face when I look at things. When some of my alumni come back and visit, they have little fragments here that brings them right back into the moment. And it keeps me in the moment. So times when I'm feeling frustrated, when I'm kind of blue about something or other, all I gotta do is pick up one of these toys and start playing with them. It's a room that's inspiring to me. I like having all these things around me because the room is kind of filled with a lot of people, even when I'm here by myself, because every single one of them is a story. I don't think I can throw them out. I have to find some way to incorporate them into something. So my wife won't let me bring them all home because we have enough stuff. But I'm hoping when we get up to the mountaintop, I'll have an office and a studio, and so I'll start to work on putting these together.